Okay, this is still 5.7 homework, but this is the extra credit. So if you're trying to do the extra credit and you get stuck, let me see if I can help you out a little bit. So this is number 18. So 16 through 19, it says solve the following inequalities, write the solution set in interval notation, and graph on a number line. All right. So first things first, we have to figure this out. We have to solve for x. We must solve for few ways you could get started on this. What am I going to do? I'm going to distribute. Yes, I am. I'm going to distribute. Okay. And I'll do it on both sides, but I'm starting here. So I have 2 times x over 4. All right, that's 2 times x over 4. So that gives me 2x over 4. 2 times x is 2x, 1 times 4 is 4, which is 1/2 x. So that gives me 1/2 x. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 6 is greater than. Other side, same thing. I'm going to distribute 6 times x. 6 times x is 6x. And 6 times -1 is -6. Okay, if you want to get rid of the fraction, you may. Okay, this would be, if you're going to do it, this would be a good time to do it. If you want to get rid of this fraction, you multiply everything by 2, and then your fraction would go away. All right, if you do that, you multiply everything by 2. So this would become 1x, or just x. 1x, or just x. 6 times 2 is 12. And then 6 times 2 is 12. -6 times 2 is -12. Okay, if you want to get rid of the fraction, that's where you end up. Okay, and then you would keep going from here to solve for x. Okay, if you don't get rid of the fraction, then you can just keep going. So I want to get x on one side, I want to get my x's on one side, and my normal numbers on the other side. So I want x to be over here. It doesn't matter. You can pick. So I'm going to subtract 6x. Okay. -6x plus 1/2 is -5.5 or 5.5x. Oh, maybe we'll do. I'm going to, how do I want to write it? We'll do 5.5. No. Sure. I don't know. I guess we'll do 5.5. We'll do 5.5 for now. You could write it as a improper fraction if you want to. And then I plus 6 is greater than -6. All right. So I want x over here. So this guy needs to move over. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. -5.5x is greater than, this is gone, -12. So then you would divide. Oh, this is why, here we go. This is why you would want to keep it as a fraction, because, yeah. Let me change it back to a fraction. So as an improper fraction, this is -5.5. So let's make it into an improper. 2 times -5 plus 1. 2 times 1. That would be -11 over 2. Okay. This is why I like getting rid of my fractions. But if you didn't, here we are. -11 over 2x. So now you would divide. Divide by -11. Divide by -11 over 2. So then you're just left with x on that side, but you divided by a negative number, so you have to flip your inequality. So x is now less than, and then -12. You divide by a fraction, which means you flip it. So you multiply by the reciprocal. You multiply by the reciprocal. So -12 over 1 times, flip it, you get -2 over 11. All right, so I just flipped it. 24 over 11. So I get positive 24 over 11. Jeez. So x is less than 24 over 11. Okay. I highly recommend getting rid of fractions, but I feel like a lot of you don't. That's why I did not. It's this guy. So then the last thing you have to do, well, not the last thing, you have to graph it on a number line. So here's my number line. I think they label it for you, sort of. 0, what number are we doing, 18? Oh yeah, they do. They give you 10, -5, oh, okay, then -5, 0, 5. Yeah, okay. So go ahead, figure out what is 24 divided by 11. What is this as a decimal? That'll make it easier to graph. You can do it in your, if you want to do it in your head, you can, but I'm not opposed to using a calculator for this. So let's see. You have 24 divided by 11, and you get x is less than, this is approximately 2.1818. Okay, and it goes on forever. So that is about, like right here. So this is 24 over 11. And we are an open circle because it's not equal to, and then we're less than, so we're going this way. Woo. Okay. So that is how you would do number 18. Okay, this is the last one I'll do, is number 20. So you have to solve, give the solution in set builder notation, and they give you an example of what that looks like. Okay, so we're solving for x. So to get x by itself over here, you could do it in 1 step or 2 steps. Okay, I'm dividing it by 3. So if I want to do it in 1 step, I have to get rid of this negative and 3. So if I'm dividing by 3, we'll just say I'm dividing by -3, I'm going to do the opposite, which is multiplying. I'm going to multiply both sides by -3. Okay? So then on this side, that'll get rid of your negative, and it'll get rid of your 3. So you're just left with x. Hold on 1 second. And then since you're multiplying, sorry, by negative, you have to flip the inequality sign. Boop. So flip your sign, and then -10 times -3 is positive 30 over 9. But be careful, you can reduce this. So x is less than, you can divide both of these by 3, so you get 10 thirds. Is that all they wanted? All right, and then you have to write it in this notation. So x is less than 10 thirds. And then x is the set. Okay, x is the set of, and then they have this weird r that, yeah, that I don't really think I can draw very well. Well, actually, that was pretty good. So x is the set, this means real numbers, of all real numbers, and then and then this is where you actually add your answer in, where x is less than 10 thirds. Okay, so x is the set of all real numbers where x is less than 10 thirds. So that goes on forever, right? There's an infinite amount of numbers that are less than 10 thirds. You get into negatives, negative infinities, okay? So that's how you would write it in their set builder notation. So don't stress as much about this. This is the main thing I want you to take away, is solving for x. All right. But this is important because it means all real numbers that are less than 10/3 are solutions to this inequality. Every single number that's less than 10/3 is a solution to this inequality. All right. So that's kind of what you're doing on 20 through 25. Good luck.